today, if you can't tell by the thumbnail or the title of this video, we're doing a review of Pop Century Resort. We stayed there for our past trip, which was last week.
We're not gonna go over a lot about this. We're just gonna kind of jump right into the big things we want to talk about with it.
We're gonna be talking about 5 main things. We're gonna be talking about pricing, the bus system, the food court, the pools, and the rooms. And basically we'll give you an overall idea and just how we felt about the whole resort.
So the first thing when we think of Pop that you think about is the price. Like, how much is it gonna cost to stay there? If you watch one of our videos from way back, we broke down all the different price categories for all the different resorts. Pop Century falls in as a value resort, which is awesome for your pocketbook.
Yeah, we saved quite a bit of money because we had originally booked a moderate resort. We were gonna stay at Port Orleans Riverside for this past trip, and we just decided that since we were staying for a longer amount of time than we usually do, we stayed for 8 days and we owed quite a bit left on it. We decided that we would drop down and stay at a value resort because we had already stayed at 2 moderate resorts, so we wanted to kind of have an idea of what it would be like to stay at a value resort, so we could kind of have a broader spectrum of like reviews and just kind of advice for staying on Walt Disney World property. And it ended up paying when we changed from the moderate to the value. Yep. It was paid for. Like, we saved a ton of money just going from the moderate to the value.
And we'd read and heard a lot of people that had stayed at Pop before, and we heard a lot of good things about it. So that was the first value resort that we wanted to try, and so we decided to stay there.
Yep, so it's definitely, as far as price goes and for what you get for your money, it's definitely like totally worth it. Like, we loved Pop. I mean, I guess we'll pretty much do our overall
You'll figure that out eventually in this video.
You'll know that we loved Pop. Okay, so we've done price. Next is the food court.
Food court. All right, so if you know us, you obviously know that we love Disney food. That's like...
we love food, period.
That's like not a secret. So the good thing about Pop that we discovered when we got there is food everywhere. Like, they have, what was it, 4 different lines usually going at the same time? 1, 2, 3, 4, yes. When you walk in, it's like different areas that you can eat, and they have each different like kind of theming. One of them has basically like pizza and pasta,
like
all
Italian,
the time.
And then
another one would be like grilled things. Like, you get, you know, during the day you could get burgers and that sort of thing.
Just like your average things. And I can't remember what the other one was. One of them has like kind of odd things, and then there's one of them that kind of changes out. It's like different throughout the week. We pretty much ate at 2 main ones. I ate pizza just about every single day because it was really good, and the pizza slice was bigger than my head. Loved it. And you got tomato basil soup.
I tried tomato basil soup. The first night there I got a turkey sandwich. Let's see.
He didn't like that.
For breakfast I got the platter the one time. And then also I tried the chicken fried chicken. We ate a lot of different things there and tried a lot of different things that they had. And
we've never eaten at our food court as much as we ate at that one. We ate there for breakfast, lunch, and supper. We ate there as much as we could. Usually we do the dining plan, and this time we didn't, so we had a lot more freedom to kind of choose as we went. And so while we were getting ready or we were at the resort, like for morning or just during a break during the day, we would always choose to just say, hey, let's pick up something there. And it was so convenient. The only thing I will say is that it is such a really good food court, and there's a lot of people I feel like that stay at Pop. It was really busy.
It was a lot busier compared to us, like how much we would wait at either Coronado or Caribbean Beach before. Like, just about any time of the day you're going there to eat, there was a line. There would be at least a few people in front of you. The other 2 we stayed at before, you could almost walk right up, get what you wanted and leave. But then again, that also probably says how good their food is there.
Yeah, it was really good. It was really good. But they do move fast, and there are 4 different types of food lines. So
and they
move real fast.
And they have like the ones like that are kept in the refrigerator and all the baked goods and all that.
Yeah, like you have in most of the resorts, they have like an area with like chips and things where you can just walk up and grab something and go to the checkout. You don't have to wait in line to get food if you're just looking for a snack.
Right. The third thing we're going to talk about is the bus system there, which to us is a very important thing when choosing a resort, because we've stayed at one before that was excellent, and then the next time we stayed at a different one, it was not so good, and it kind of set the tone for our trip, really, I felt like.
Yeah.
So at Pop though, we had 0 complaints about waiting for buses.
We had to wait for a bus one time the whole trip. We went and came back a lot. We used the buses a lot more, like it seemed like at Pop, and we never had to wait for a bus. I've heard someone say that if you stay at a moderate resort or a deluxe resort, especially deluxe, that buses will come more frequently because you paid more money, and so they don't want you waiting in line. That is not true. Whoever, I don't remember who said that, but who said that, that is so not the truth. Disney treats all of their guests decently, equally, and they don't want any of their guests waiting.
Yeah.
None. They're not gonna treat you worse than someone else. They don't want anyone waiting for a bus, so they're gonna do their best to get you in and out. They want you to hurry up and get to the park and get, because, you know, that's part of the Disney magic, is really, you know, meeting people's needs. And just because you stay at a value resort doesn't mean that you're gonna stand there for an hour and a half waiting on the bus because you didn't choose to pay $3,000 more to stay at a deluxe resort. That's like not even.
That meant for us, we had more souvenir money.
Yeah, so never see that, that's so not the truth. We had great luck with the buses, absolutely good luck.
There was one day where we waited probably, like, you know, the max that they say is 20 minutes, and that was when we were going to downtown Disney, but the rest of the time, like, there were several times where we would literally walk out of the door of the main entrance, walk out, and our bus was pulling up then, or was already there.
It was very good.
And usually it was like 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah, and the only reason it was bad that one time that we had to wait was because it started raining. And that is one thing that we will say about the buses at Pop, is they are not covered. Like if you stay at Coronado or you stay at the Caribbean Beach, you're under like a sheltered like place with like benches and things like that. It's not like that. You're in kind of like if you're waiting in line at one of the parks and you're in like the chained lines, it's just like that. There's no shelter. I think there actually is shelter for some of those at the parks. Is there?
Yeah, some of them do, but
some of them don't. You're just in the chain lines and you have no shelter above you. So if you're waiting in line and it's really, really hot, you're standing in the sun. But they do have benches behind you where you can kind of stay out of line and have a person get in line for you, and you can sit on the benches and they are covered up. But standing in line, you are uncovered. That's the only con we can find to the buses. Everything else was just peachy.
Yeah, it was awesome. And not just like leaving Pop to go somewhere, but it was also the same leaving a park trying to go back to Pop. Like there was constantly a bus coming or going for Pop Century. And the other good thing, like when we left Magic Kingdom like one night, the Pop line was really long, and so the option of course you have at staying at Pop is like you could take the Art of Animation bus, which we did that one night because we wanted a seat, and so we took that, and then once we got to Art of Animation we just walked across the bridge.
There was a huge line for Pop and there was no line at Art of Animation, and the bus for Pop had just left, so it was going to be not a long time, but we would have to wait for another bus. Well, we saw Art of Animation pulling up and there was nobody in that line. Number one, we wouldn't have to stand up all the way back to our resort. Number two, we wouldn't have to wait. We would just have to walk from Art of Animation back to Pop, which we didn't mind because we've never seen Art of Animation. So it was really cool to walk through the parks and see that. To the parks. It was really cool to walk through the resort and see all the stuff at Art of Animation. It was really cool. But also, again, with the same theming of waiting for a bus at a resort, Pop buses came just as frequently as, you know, like Grand Floridian buses or, you know, Wilderness Lodge buses. It wasn't like we had to wait to leave the parks anymore. If anything, ours were more frequent because more people stay at our resorts. So they know that there are more people that they've got to get in and out of these lines. So we never had to wait because there are so many people. They had to get out of the line, so they had to send more buses. So definitely don't worry about, because I'm paying less to stay at a value resort, I'm gonna have to wait forever for a bus because I don't matter as much. That's so not the case. So the next thing we're going to talk about are the pools. We actually, for the first time, brought swimsuits because
we were gonna swim this time.
It's in the middle of summer, and we're like, oh, we're definitely bringing our swimsuits because Pop has really awesome pools. Guess how many times my bathing suit got on my body? We never went swimming. We spent a lot of downtime in the park instead of at our resort. We just, I don't know, we don't like to leave the park. But we did go around and look at the pools, and the good thing about Pop is their pools are huge.
Yeah, they are.
The pool in the middle, which is the Hippy Dippy pool, is gigantic. And the thing about that is we were walking out of the food court and we saw the instructor, like a lifeguard, and they were doing like activities and games in the pools. We've never seen that before. That was so neat. Yeah. I would have loved to have my bathing suit on and go do that, but we were busy going to do something else. Like always, we, you know, would have definitely loved those pools if we got to participate in swimming, but we were just so busy. But we did see the Hippy Dippy pool, and then we were by the bowling pin pool. The thing is at Pop is there are 3 different pools. There's the Hippy Dippy pool, the laptop pool, it's like a computer pool, and then a bowling pin pool. So you have to think, the one in the middle is huge by itself with plenty of people, but then you've got that plus 2 other pools. So that's the good thing, is you're super spread out, and like there's not like 3,000 people piled in one pool. Like everybody has their own little area for their resort to go in. Like we were by the bowling pin, so we might have went to the bowling pin pool, which you know, someone at the laptop area is not gonna go all the way over to the bowling pin pool. Maybe we're adventurous. We would probably went to the laptop pool just to go to a different side of the park. But you know, just in general, like there's different areas that have their kind of own pool, which kind of keeps the crowds down, which is fun. Yeah. Because I don't like to swim when there's a ton of people around me. I get very uncomfortable. I don't really like walking around in a bathing suit and being all butt naked and kind of whatnot. So I would be more comfortable if I was in a smaller, you know, crowd or being in a pool. And
then also right before you get to the main pool, there's also a ping pong table, which there was almost always somebody playing ping pong there.
I never saw the ping pong table.
Yeah, it's right before you get to the Hippy Dippy pool. There was like always somebody out there playing ping pong. Yeah. And then they have a huge arcade right beside where the gift shop and the food court and all that is. Like right when you walk in, it looked huge too.
It's like you couldn't see the back of it. It went on and on and on.
I've never noticed there being an arcade at the other. I don't know if maybe that's just special to Pop or not, but there is an arcade there.
It's gigantic. And then on top of that, they have like the little bar area that's out by the pool, which is, they have that at most resorts, where you can go up and get a snack or get a drink, and that's right by the pool. It's right when you walk out of the food court. It's right there, and it's called Pedals. I think that's cute. And another activity that they have is the movie Under the Stars. Like, is that what it's called?
Something like
movie
that.
Under the Stars?
I don't know. The week we were there, they were showing a different movie every night, like at a certain time, and it was a different Disney movie every single night.
And the lady did say, rain, no rain, no matter what, the movie is never canceled. So every single night, no matter what, there is a movie that you can watch. They move it out, they move it inside somewhere if it does rain.
So which, you know, if you have kids and they've been in the park all day, that would be a great way for them to kind of unwind before they, you want to pack them in and send them to bed.
Yeah, just go watch a Disney movie and get them to go. They'll probably fall asleep watching it. They're so tired of the movie. At the parks, they'll come watch a movie. I fall asleep watching movies, so that will be a really good idea.
Yeah.
They played 101 Dalmatians.
Brave.
What else? They played a lot of different ones, I forgot, but I do remember Brave and I remember 101 Dalmatians. Those were 2 that they played while we were there. And they play a different one every night. Like if you're staying for a week, they're not gonna play the same one in the same week. So if you wanna watch a movie every single night you're there, you can.
Yep. So the last thing that we're gonna talk about is the room that we stayed in. Overall, we were very pleased with our room this time.
We really liked it.
Usually we opt for like the king bed room. This time we wanted to switch it up a little bit, and we got like the standard kind of 2 queen room. And so we used one bed just to sleep in, and then the other bed, we used it to kind of organize all of our things, like our clothes, our backpacks, that sort of thing.
That helped so much. Keep everything off the ground, keep everything organized, lay our clothes out for the next day. It was just awesome.
Yep. Like before, I felt like we would just have things just strewn everywhere.
Because all you would have was a table, like that's it. And so you have to like set all of your things on a table. Well, this time we had a bed that we could kind of lay everything out. We laid our souvenirs out on it so we could kind of keep track and make sure, you know, like we've got the things we came here for, and okay, we got too much, we should not buy anymore.
And so we really like that this time. I think we'll probably do that again next time we stay. But
yeah, we really like that. I didn't notice any different. It was fun. We were like, do we sleep in this bed tonight? Do we sleep in this bed tonight?
Oh, other thing, our room service was excellent.
Oh my god.
Excellent this time.
Yes, I forgot about that.
Yeah, and not that we ever had like what I would have considered bad room service before, but whoever we had this time, she like deserves a gold star and whatever raise Disney could actually give her, because she was amazing. Every
time we came back into our rooms, she gave us the new little like animal towel things, the animals made out of towels. I felt like I was on a cruise ship. It was so cool. They've done that at our other resorts, but they did it like the first or second day and they stopped. They were like, I'm done.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
They get the gist of it.
But the main thing that she did was, okay, when I get there, I get all my makeup and I line it everywhere. And I use the little plastic cups that they use to kind of organize my lipsticks, my brushes, all kinds of things like that. And I had it shown everywhere. Okay, we went to the park, so we came back and she had organized my makeup. She organized my makeup. She knew what she was doing because she had all the bronzers together, all the blushes together, all the lipsticks, everything. Eye pencils, like eyeliner pencils and mascara. She had eyeshadow brushes and then face brushes. Girlfriend, you did a good job. And that kept me so organized the whole trip, because I can't stand digging through a bag for my makeup. And so I laid it all out, and that definitely, I walked in, I was like, ugh. Jared, she organized my makeup. I was so excited about that. That was cool. That was a lot of makeup to organize. Kudos to you, girlfriend.
And there were so, you know, several days when all we wanted was like just a few fresh towels or something, and if the bed was like barely like not made, then our bed would be freshly made every single day, regardless.
Yep. And one time that we bring a blanket and and we went and we pulled back our blanket and our bedspread, and she had like tucked our blanket under the bedspread to where we could snuggle with our blanket, like it was the first layer that touched our skin when we got into the bed. And that was so cool that she did that. She was so sweet.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, we really liked that.
As far as the rooms and how they look, I don't know if, I guess all of them are the same, but as ours, it wasn't like overly themed like with anything.
Yeah, they were pretty plain, but they were
very clean though, very, very clean. They just had like, you know, each bed would have like a blanket with maybe some Mickey stuff on it, and that was about the only thing you would say, okay, this is Disney themed.
You had a picture that had like all the things, like we stayed in the 50s, so they had like a picture on the bathroom wall, not on the bathroom wall, but like the outside of the bathroom wall facing like the beds and stuff, that had like things from the 50s on it, like pictures of things that happened. Like a poster
of like Lady and the Tramp and, you know, different movies that were released during that, you know, decade.
Yep, and it's just got the shower and the bathroom and a vanity. And I did like this one because the vanity had like the bar that went across where you can, it was like a shelf above the sink, and I don't think our last one had that, and I really liked that. It helped a ton. Comes with a hair dryer, the iron, a refrigerator, which we actually use for apple juice, and then the drawers.
And the lockbox.
And it has a lockbox. A lot of the typical things that every room has. It's just very basic, very basically themed. It's not, you know, like the Pirates room at Caribbean Beach or anything like that. It's very simple, but all we did was really sleep there, so it did not matter to us. So overall, we loved Pop Century. Loved it. We were not expecting to like it as much as we did. We weren't expecting to not like it or to hate it by any means, but we absolutely loved it. It could possibly, if we weren't on this theme of like trying a new resort every time we go, it would be our home resort, because we had the best experience there. We were in building 3 and we were so close to the food court. When you watch our vlogs, by the way, they will be up sometimes towards the end of September. We have a couple more videos that need to go up. But they will be up. Give us some time. We were in building 3. We weren't the closest to the food court, but we were like the second to closest from the food court. And it was awesome. It was like the shortest trip we've ever had staying at Disney World. And we actually did not pay for a preferred room, and that wasn't a preferred room.
Yeah.
It was still such a short trip.
Yep.
Totally worth it.
Awesome.
I don't even recommend buying a preferred room there because nowhere there is a huge walk. Everywhere is like so close to the pool, food court, buses. We couldn't have asked for a better like commute to and from the food court and buses, which is a huge deal to us.
Yeah. Just like the simple thing of like when we go to refill our mugs every morning, it's like we have our thermoses that we'll actually take with us to the park. And so like just the simple thing of going down to fill up our mug and being able to bring that back and leave it in the room, so we don't have to take that too. Like that was like in and of itself an advantage.
It took no time at all. Like we could say, hey, I'm gonna run down here, or hey, can you run down there and do this? Like it was so easy. It was just like running across the street. Like it was so easy. Before, when we had stayed at other ones, it was like a maybe not Coronado, but definitely Caribbean Beach. Like it was a chore, and we stayed in the closest building to the food courts, and it was still a chore to get from the room to the food court and stuff. So we like hardly ever spending time there because it was so far away.
Side note too, something else about our room. This time we requested first floor room, and before we always stayed on the second floor. And we really love being on the bottom floor.
But what I thought we were gonna say, we requested a first floor room. And we did the online check-in for Pop, and when we got it, it sends you a message and it tells you what floor your room is on and what the number was, and ours was on the 4th floor. We were like, that's totally opposite than what we asked for. But when we got there, instead of going straight to our room like you can do whenever you do the online check-in, which we definitely recommend, you can stop, which is what we did. We stopped at the check-in desk and we told her that we would really like a room on the first floor, and she gave us like 4 different options. She circled it on a map. She said you can say here, 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 or here, and we were like, bingo, that one.
It was cool.
It was so legit.
Like that.
Yep. It was. We just did not have a bad experience at all. Like I'm scared to stay at Pop-Up again. Pop-Up Lagoon. What's wrong with me? I'm scared to stay at Pop again because I don't want to replace it with bad memories. I had such a good time this trip.
So overall, like all things considered, we love Pop. Would absolutely recommend Pop to anybody, like whether you're just a couple like us that don't have kids, and especially if you do have kids, because they have so many things for kids there. Like it'd be awesome for them, and then just in general, like you get so much for what you pay for it there.
Definitely.
It was such a good experience, all things considered. To me, it was my favorite, like weighing all those things together. Like Coronado's special to us because we stayed there on a Disney moon, but as far as just staying at a resort,
that was our favorite.
This was our favorite by far so far. You know?
Yeah, and it was the cheapest we've ever spent on a resort, so it's definitely a win-win.
Yep.
We, hands down, between the buses, awesome, food court, awesome, room service, awesome. What else? I mean, the price was legit. Like every bit of it was so good. So definitely give it a 10 out of 10 on a rating scale of Pop.
It was awesome. You should stay there.
Yeah.
Alright guys, that's it for this video. We hope that you really liked it. We hope that if you stay at Pop, we hope that you like it as much as we do. Like I said, again, we recommend staying there to anybody. Overall, it was just awesome. We hope you liked this video. If you did, be sure to give it that thumbs up.
We hope that this helped you get an idea of what it's like to stay at Pop and help you decide if it's right for you or your family. And we hope that if you do stay there, it's just the best time ever. Let us know the next time that you are going to Walt Disney World. Leave it in the comments below. That's our question or response for this video. Just let us know, because we want to keep up with everybody's trips and stuff like that, since we're back from ours and we're going through Disney withdrawal.
Already.
Terrible. It went by so fast. But definitely
that's
give
nice.
this video a thumbs up if it helped you, and let us know what your experiences were at Pop and how much you loved it or how much you didn't love it. I mean, it's good to know all different experiences.
Everybody has a different experience no matter where.
Yep, we loved it. So definitely let us know, and we will see you Monday.
Bye, guys.